On the afternoon of June the 8th, 1967, Israeli forces killed and wounded 171 crew members of a U.S. Navy ship in international waters. The USS Liberty, CTR 5, was in the eastern Mediterranean. It was 25 miles off the coast of Israel. There were 34 dead. 25 dead sailors had the CT rate, a job specialty. That was the one I had at the time. Communications technicians, CTs, collected intelligence via radio emissions. This was in the middle of the Six-Day War between Egypt and Israel. These sailors were my shipmates. I could have been one of them, but by the grace of God or random chance, I wasn't. I had gone to school in Pensacola with many of them. I'd served at shore stations in Iceland and Spain with a couple of them. It was common for us to be switched between an intel gathering ship and a shore station. My luck was that I was sent to a brand new direction finding station in southern Spain. Rota was the base for Polaris missile subs. These were the subs of Squadron 16. They hid in the Mediterranean and eastern Atlantic. One would relieve the other on their 60-day patrols. Other Navy vessels docked there too for fuel and supplies. The USS Liberty was among them. Frequenting the bars down by the waterfront, I must have seen this ship, but until it was nearly sunk in June of '67, I wasn't aware of it. The attack was called an accident by the U.S. and Israeli governments. People at the National Security Agency and the Naval Security Group knew better. But international politics has priorities beyond the truth. The attack was in the middle of the Six-Day War, which grabbed the headlines. The fog and chaos of that war obscured the murder of my shipmates, just as the current U.S.-Israeli war obscures the Epstein files. There is a severe shortage of morality and decency in high places, and war is a distraction that happens in endless cycles. Things have now reached a point where Tucker Carlson and I agree, in depth, on something. The tail is wagging the dog. Israel is the little tail, and the USA, the huge dog. By various means, the USA is being made to expend lives and money in actions contrary to its core interest. I call this the atonement for the ship of no return, the SS St. Louis. Owned by the Hamburg America Shipping Company, in May of '39 it crossed the Atlantic overloaded with 900 Jewish refugees. The ship was denied port docking at Havana, then New York, and then Canada. It returned to Europe. Many of these refugees eventually died in Nazi death camps. After the Nazi atrocities were made known, a guilt settled on many in the USA and Canada for turning away these refugees. But the atonement, the moral compensation after the fact, should not extend to helping Israel commit a genocide in Gaza and Lebanon. Tucker Carlson said in a recent interview, "We should let Israel defend itself." I agree. Having been a victim doesn't convey a license to victimize. The USS Liberty was not the only U.S. intel ship attacked. Less than a year later, the USS Pueblo was captured by North Korea in international waters. After 11 months, all of the captives were released. These included 30 sailors with the CT rate. Again, it might have been me. For some unknown reason, I'd thought of requesting duty on one of the several intel ships. Being experienced with HFDF, high-frequency direction finding, I was a better use at a shore station. The huge antenna used for HFDF wouldn't fit on a ship. Fate again, or maybe luck. I think about those guys, my long-departed shipmates, young men whose lives were cut short, not by fate, but by an Israeli torpedo. For what did they die? Why are people in Gaza and Lebanon and Iran being murdered? Is it because human beings are cursed to killing their own, often in the name of a God that universally condemns murder? It's always murder, and it's always for some good reason. Enough madness.